Bismillah. Welcome back, folks. Today we're going to be looking at the A star version of the simultaneous equations, where we're going to be solving them using a substitution technique. Okay, substitution, and here we actually have an equation that has got a power of 2, so x squared and y squared. So this is the first equation, so x squared add y squared equals 25. Okay, this here is the equation of a circle. This is a linear equation, equation of a straight line. So in order for us to solve this type of simultaneous equation, we need to get one of the equations and put it into the other one. Now here we have y is equal to x plus 1, and here we have y squared. So we're going to substitute in for y x plus 1. So let's rewrite it again. So we have now x squared gets copied down. The y squared becomes x plus 1 squared. Why is that? Because y is equal to x plus 1. So we replace that y with x plus 1. And then we square it, and that equals to 25. So now, if you look at the top equation has been transformed into x squared add y squared into x squared add x plus 1 squared. So now everything is in terms of x and x squared. So let's multiply this out. So we have x squared. This one goes over here. So we need to write out the double brackets for this one. Remember, x plus 1 squared doesn't mean multiply each thing by 2 or just square the individual items. It means multiply out the bracket. So x times by x is x squared. X times by 1 is x. 1 times by x is another x. And 1 times by 1 is 1. So we multiply x by x and then by 1. And the 1 by x and then the 1 by 1. So copy down the x squared. So what we need to do now is simplify it. So you have x squared add x squared, that gives us 2x squared. X add x gives you 2x. Grab the 25 from the right and bring it over. So plus 1 will be minus 25. So 1 take away 25 will give us minus 24. Okay, equals 0. So now, what we need to do now, if you're going to factorize this equation, we can divide everything by 2, as 2 is a common factor here. We divide everything by 2 to simplify it. So now, okay, so we divide that. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Minus 24 divided by 2, that will give us minus 12. So now we have with the a coefficient. The coefficient of x squared is 1, which is good. So we should try to see if we can factorize it. Okay, manually without having to resort to the formula. So two numbers that multiply to give you minus 12, but when you add them up it gives you 1. So for that one, we first of all set up our template. So we're going to try plus 4 and minus 3. When you multiply those out, we should give us this top equation. Now we've been asked to actually solve it. So we need to solve this. We need to try and solve a quadratic equation. You have to do the opposite what's in each bracket. So opposite of add 4 here will give us an answer of minus 4. So what we're doing in effect is making this bracket equal to 0. So if you put minus 4 here, add 4, that'll give us 0. So that's one of the solutions. If I want to make this bracket equal to 0, because 0 times by this will give us nothing. So that will have to be a plus 3. Now this is just halfway through the question at the moment. We need to put this back into our second equation over here to work out the corresponding value of y for each coordinate. So let's move on to another page. So let's copy down the equation number 2. So y is equal to x plus 1 was our equation number 2. First x value is minus 4. So y is equal to minus 4 plus 1. So we're subbing this value in from the previous answer. Okay, so that will give us y is equal to minus 3. So the y equals minus 3 corresponds to x equals minus 4. So this works together as one set of answers. Okay, so we can rewrite that in the coordinate form. So it'll be minus 4, minus 3. Now let's look at our next point that we had over here, our next solution, which is x is equal to plus 3. Okay, let's get back over here now. So we're substituting it back into the same equation, y is equal to x plus 1, which is our second equation. So we get our plus 3, put into here. So y is equal to 3, add 1, y is equal to 4. Y equals 4 corresponds to our x value of 3. And if you rewrite that as in an x and y coordinate fashion, so that will give you 3, 4. So our complete solution is this one and this one. Thank you very much for joining us on this question. Please join us again for another question on simultaneous equations involving non-linear equations.